Hello and welcome to another episode of Power Half Hour Unstoppable Business Owner. And before we bring our amazing guest on, I would love to introduce you to our sponsors for today's show, which is Jen Zahari of Strong Foundations uh, Coaching and Consulting. Jen has over 25 years experience and definitely the person that you want to get in touch with. And she's also offering a 30-minute free consultation. So definitely get over there and book your consultation today, as well as created No Way Out, which is an amazing story of Faith who's on the verge of ending her life following decades of feeling unheard and unseen and suffering from anxiety. The book walks you through her last final day, and she recognizes how much pressure she put on herself all the times she has lost sight of her self-worth and confidence, till she meets a stranger. But I'm not going to give you away the ending. It is an amazing book. Get your copy today, either on Amazon or at jenzahari.com. I have my copy. It took me, I read it all the way through. It was absolutely amazing. But with that, I am going to bring on the amazing Tim Sohn. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Hello, Dorothy Odell. Are we dancing? Which way are we going?
We're dancing. I always like to be on the right. I always have my guest first. That's how I do it.
That's good to know. Now I know which way to look. Hello over there. And hello to all of you.
Hello.
Hello.
Gosh, that's crazy. Anyways, Tim is like, well, thank you for coming here. And Tim is like a brother. How I met Tim was he actually had a live streaming, what do you call that? A live streaming
course or
program.
Group coaching program. Yeah.
Group, yes. And so I heard amazing good things about it. And so I took not the the basic and the advanced. And that's how I met Tim. And
now we're here.
And so welcome to the show, Tim. So tell all of our amazing millions of people out there that what it is that you do and how you help your clients.
That is a great question, Dorothy. Yes. So I help clients in a few different ways. First of all, I love to help clients that want to be known, first of all, or want to make some kind of positive impact in the world. So I'll give you a few examples. So one is I work with Rachel Druckenmiller. Shout out to Rachel Druckenmiller. She recently created a new show and I helped her with that called Unmuted Life. And Rachel is all about becoming unmuted. So she's all about joy and resilience and fight in a positive way. And so she created this show and I helped her create it from scratch, where she brings on guests and has conversations with them about becoming unmuted. So I walked her through the whole process of creating the show from scratch. And then after we worked together, she ended up hiring me as a producer. So what that means is I'm behind the scenes. I'm not on the screen in this case with her, but I'm pushing all the buttons. I'm bringing the comments on the screen. I bring on any branding, bringing on any backgrounds, overlays, things like that. So she can just show up having amazing conversation with her guests and things like that. So she doesn't have to worry about the tech. She can just show up and have a great show. Another example is I got a call today from somebody who he already has a live stream show, but he wants to have a show in multiple languages, and which is really cool. And during COVID, right, it's become obvious that the world now is even more global, right? So many of us have developed relationships with people around the world. Shout out to Lagia, who's in Costa Rica right now, right? Exactly. Talk about global. Hi, Lagia. It's so great to have you here.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. So I'm going to be helping him out with coaching him on how to, he's actually going to have interpreters, and it's going to involve a lot of logistics. So I'm going to help him out with all those logistics, coaching him, and he'll have to have extra producers and interpreters and all those kind of things. But that's just kind of a glimpse. So some of the ways are through coaching, and then also producing, more hands-on behind the scenes.
Love that. Love that. Yes. And you're amazing at both. And you also have your own, well, you have a couple live shows. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so I have 2 live shows. Thanks for asking, Dorothy. One is the Tim and Jim show. We're going to be celebrating our 4-year anniversary in August. And that show is all about growing small businesses. So shout out to my amazing friend and co-host, Jim Fuhs. And so we have guests on that talk about all things that have to do with growing small businesses, from finance to fitness to mindset to marketing to live streaming to anything you could really think about that has to do with growing small businesses. That show is every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So that's the one show. And then the other show is Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. And that show is a show where cancer survivors and cancer supporters come together 2 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Slow down, Tim Sohn. And cancer survivors and supporters come together to show up and support each other. I have a guest every week. We have a conversation about their personal journey or their family member's personal journey and their perspectives on cancer. Dorothy was one of our guests where she shared her.
Actually, I've been a guest on both shows, so that was awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Dorothy.
Yes.
And you were in the courses.
And I was in the courses. And
we're here together.
Yes, and here we are. And, I just have to say, Tim definitely goes above and beyond for his clients. I mean, Tim makes it, once you are in one of Tim's classes or one of his, people on his shows or something like that, you're a part of the family. And what really got me was when my dad passed away of cancer in September, Tim actually helped me stream the memorial service to a private YouTube channel so that my aunt in Hong Kong could definitely be part of it. And Tim loves different effects. Oh, thanks, Ligia. You're amazing as well.
Yes, you're amazing. Ligia shows up for Showing Up almost every single Tuesday night as well.
Yes, she is phenomenal.
She said on last night's show, she should put up a comment. She posted a comment that said something like, I didn't even know how to say the word cancer or something like that until I showed up at your show.
Wow. You're blessed. That's amazing, because a lot of us have some kind of connection with cancer, and she totally. That's amazing. And so we may as well get into another big thing that Tim and I are collaborating on, and that is Tim is Man of the Year for running for Man of the Year. Candidate for running of the year for LLS. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you, Dorothy. So what that means is Man and Woman of the Year is a program of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, which is a nonprofit organization. And so it's called a philanthropic competition, which basically means it's a competition among other people here in Northeast Pennsylvania, which I actually met recently in person, which was really cool. So we're all trying to raise money. Not trying, we all are raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And you might be wondering, where is this money going to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society? So it goes to a number of different areas. It goes towards research, really important research. It goes towards education. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society holds in-person conferences. They hold virtual conferences. They hold webinars. From my perspective as a leukemia survivor, once you're diagnosed, you're like, what? You really don't know much about cancer. So educating yourself is so important. They also provide financial resources. So they have what's called a copay financial assistance program, which goes towards treatments or medications and things like that, which was so important for me when I was first diagnosed, because cancer is so expensive, especially if you don't have good insurance. And other things as well. So this coming Friday, there is a 12-hour live stream fundraiser. In March, we had a 24-hour live stream fundraiser. So we're only half as crazy this month. And so that kicks off Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. You could go to donations.perspectivesoncancer.com, and there we'll be updating the links on Friday. You can find the link there now, as well as if you go to my Tim Sohn LinkedIn profile, I have on my featured section there all the different shows that are scheduled out already. There are 10 different live streamers who are interviewing cancer survivors and cancer supporters. There's a musician who will be performing during the final hour, a comedian. Inger is one of the live streamers. Dorothy is one of the live streamers. Inger is going to be interviewing Dorothy. So looking forward to that.
It's going to be a big day. And
it's going to be a very big day.
A very big day. And we are very much inside of, let's just raise the remaining $42,000 that we had set out to raise that night by midnight that night, so that we could just party for the weekend.
I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be partying.
Well, I don't know what. Welcome.
And Jim Fuhs is here.
Jim.
Hey, Jim. Great to see you, my friend.
Absolutely. So, Tim, in business, what 3 things would you say that you've had to overcome to get you to where you're at today?
What 3 things have I had to overcome? Yeah, so I think one thing for sure is figuring out what kind of client do I want to work with. You know, I think that's a challenge that all business owners go through, especially toward the beginning and even later. You know? Exactly. And so that's definitely one thing. Another, what was the question again?
3 things that you've overcome to get you where you're at right now.
That I've overcome. Another that I've overcome. Not a screaming goat. I haven't overcome a screaming goat.
Welcome, Ellen.
Oh, hey,
great
Alan.
To see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Lagia, thank you.
Yes, for sure, Lagia. There's still time.
There is still time. Yes, definitely. Another thing that I've overcome. I mean, I've overcome so many things, I'm sure. In August, it's going to be 9 years that I've been in business. So over 9 years, there have to have been many things that I've overcome for sure. I mean, just figuring out, like now something that I'm trying to figure out is, do I go back to working with local clients again versus all virtual, right? Like before COVID, I worked with all local businesses in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Right.
And then during COVID, I worked with people all over the world.
Right.
But now I'm kind of craving working with people. I mean, kind of both. Like most of my interactions with people before were clients locally, you know? So I'm kind of missing that. So I'm kind of wanting to have at least some clients in person again.
Right.
So that's another that I'm kind of like going through right now, kind of just trying to figure out, you know?
Right.
And you need one more, huh?
Well, I think it would be obvious that you're overcoming your health and definitely staying on track with that.
I still need to work on that still. Yeah.
Yes, but Tim, like you kicked cancer's ass. You are now cancer free.
That's
You know,
true.
after 15 years, that's huge. That's huge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean,
There's just yeah.
some some people, you know, don't take that into consideration. But I mean, knowing you, I know that you don't like to shine the spotlight on yourself, and that's why you're having a hard time coming up with three. When I know for sure, there's like 1,000 of them that I can name off the bat for you.
There you go. That's true. I don't like having the spotlight on me.
I
And
know.
it's true that being cancer free is awesome, but at the same time it also raises all sorts of other questions. Like what if it comes back? And it also has just kind of I have an ant on my head. Welcome to live streaming.
Yes. Inger definitely is correct when she says Tim is a serious deflector. Absolutely.
But there really was an ant on my head.
I saw something, yes. And you know, I pretty much everybody that's been on the show has said that one thing that they've had to come is themselves. You know, what goes through our minds daily as business owners, thinking, oh my gosh, like what the heck am I really doing? Why did I decide to do this? And staying on course and being, you know, true to yourself, but being true to what you know you're supposed to be doing in life.
Do you know what another thing is?
What's that?
I hate selling. I absolutely hate selling. I do not like that part of owning a business at all. And I know some people are like, you know, it's serving, it's not selling, blah, blah, blah. But that part has always been really uncomfortable for me.
Yes. Like says, she should learn from you too, to be in front of the screen. Absolutely.
Yes, Lakia. Yes. I have been thinking about starting another live streaming course also. It's in my head.
You should. That's how you met me. And I mean, and since then, you know, your life has completely changed.
Completely since meeting you.
Right. Since meeting me. Inger says she's the same. She hates selling too. But
right.
But we have to get past that, and it's not. I struggle with it as well, so I can't say anything.
You're the same way too, Dorothy.
I have to admit that's one of the things that I'm overcoming currently at the moment. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, I can sell you all day long. I can sell anybody else all day long that I believe in. Yeah. But are you outside under a tree?
No, but there's an ant crawling down that side of the chair now.
Oh, that's awesome. So my next question to you is, what are 3 things do you help your clients overcome?
Yes. So what do I help my clients overcome? I would say 1 is the fear of being on video.
Yes.
That is definitely 1.
Yes.
2, another is the fear of tech. That's 2. Mm-hmm. 3, that's a good question.
I know. I've had
there's so many 3 things on the show. How come? What is the deal with the number 3 on this show?
Oh, I could have said 5, but you gave me the 3. 5's my favorite number, so I could have went with 5, but I choose 3.
You could have. What else do I ever? You tell me, Dorothy. What else do I help my clients overcome?
Well, definitely help them overcome just, you know, at the beginning, like you said, okay, by the end of the 6 weeks, you have to have your first show done. And I wanted to like strangle you. I was going to like literally drive to Pennsylvania and strangle you. But
I remember that.
But
you were
I
so
mean,
frustrated at
here
the beginning.
we are. I mean, Monday night was my 55th episode and of Unstoppable Overcomers. And tonight is, I think you're number 12 for this show. So Yeah. So, I mean, and Tim really does help you get through that. He's very patient. He's very kind. I mean, I'm sure once he gets off the Zoom call, he's like, "Oh my God." No, I'm kidding. But,
I just play the screaming goat. That's how I get through it.
and I got my screaming goat from Tim. So, uh, so yeah, he's definitely somebody you want. Thanks, Inger. Um, he's definitely somebody you want in your corner, especially if you are ready to produce your own show and ready to just like you're not sure what to do. Definitely connect with him, and he will definitely get you on the right track, getting you what you need to get those things together for sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, are you having any new shows in the works too, or do you think you're showed out?
Heck no. No, as a matter of fact, next week, the Tim and Jim show is taking a week off. We are taking a self-care week off. That rarely happens on the Tim and Jim show. On
Well,
showing up, it's hard to cancel the showing up show because it's the showing up show. I mean, you have to show up for the showing up show. I mean, who would I be if I didn't show up for the showing up show?
That's
That would
true.
just be sad.
Well, yeah, but we're also allowed to have a mental health break too. And it's funny because Tim and I talked today, and I said, after Friday, I don't want to speak about cancer for. I said a month, but maybe that's more, probably like a week, anyways.
I know. It's a lot. Cancer's a lot to. I mean, like, we both have our perspectives on cancer and our impacts of cancer. Me as a survivor, and your dad passed of cancer, and we have other perspectives and connections as well. And doing these events, these 12-hour events, these 24-hour events, and your show as well is not the lightest show ever all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking the other day about like what we can do to keep things lighter, right?
Yeah.
Just how to, because I was saying it can get heavy doing shows weekly about heavy topics, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's why for my Monday night show, we've added the element of the fundamentals so that we end the show on a happy, fun note.
I like that.
Because we do take a deep dive during the first 45 minutes. And so, yeah, I totally get it. And it's exhausting. And then, we still have to show up for our families and everything and our clients. So,
and ourselves.
Yes. And wow. And that's why sometimes we're doing that damn goat. We can preach self-care all day long, but we also have to live it. So, and I admire you for taking the whole week off next week, and look at you and those. I hate when he does that. And I said, don't do it, and there he is.
Sometimes, speaking of lightening up, sometimes you just have to lighten up.
Yeah, we just have to lighten up. Maybe we should maybe we should do like a fun show.
Because we definitely need more shows.
We need
what do you have, 2 shows now?
I have 2 shows.
And I have 2 shows. We definitely need a 3rd show.
When my show goes syndicated, then I'll have it every day. So, that's what I'm working towards. But
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to have you on the Unstoppable Overcomer Network.
I would. There we go.
That. Jim
said you could start a podcast.
Funny, because we just talked about that.
Yeah. What?
Didn't we just talk about that before we came on?
Starting a podcast?
Or was that just in my head? Or something I was dreaming about on my way home from work? I don't know.
I think you were dreaming about starting a podcast. If we started a podcast, then we could not show, if this is just an audio podcast, then we could not show a goat on Snap camera. That would not be fun at all.
That's true.
Right? I mean, where is the fun in that? I mean, we could have sound effects.
Maybe that would be more fun. Who knows?
Jim, do you want to join in our podcast with the sound effects? We want to know.
Oh, good Lord. Let me get a couple things under my belt first, and then we'll talk about it some more. I've got a bunch of different new stuff in the works, so
I can't wait to hear. I'm sure everyone can't wait to hear. Let us know in the comments whether you're watching live or on the replay. Can you wait to hear the news? I'm in suspense. I'm just gonna wait here till we hear.
Jim says that he already has a podcast. What is your podcast, Jim? Inquiring
What's your
minds want to know.
podcast? What is it?
What is it? Yes.
I'm dying to know.
We're all dying to know.
Dying.
That is, by the way, I too believe that bubbly should be the sponsor of this show. Bubbly, I drink a bubbly every flippin' show, people. Like, come on and be a sponsor of our show. Dealcasters.
Shout out to Bubbly.
Podcast. Yeah, shout out.
Oh, is that called a podcast, Jim? Is that a podcast as well as an Amazon Live? How many things is it?
I have no
It is really
idea.
amazing. You guys need to check out Dealcasters that Jim does with Chris Sohn. Definitely
I will have to check it out. I will have to check it out for sure.
Yeah.
We make some live shows podcasts.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's what I do with my Monday. Well, that's what I do with these shows. I put it on a podcast. So not only are you here, you're also actually on Spotify and Anchor as well.
You're everywhere. Well, not everywhere.
We are everywhere where iTunes are sold.
Sounds very official. Where iTunes are sold. Are they sold? I guess they're.
I don't know.
Are they sold?
It sounded good. Okay, and it's Spotify, not iTunes. So sorry, but Apple is part of the six uploads that it goes to as well. So Apple is part of iTunes, I believe, or it was at one point. I don't know. Everybody's buying everybody out.
Right.
Everybody's buying everybody out. So who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thanks for educating us.
You're welcome. That is what I do. I try and educate the world.
Yes, the world is your oyster. Yes.
Oyster. Well, see, I always think big and talk big because, if I'm saying millions of people are viewing this, because in the lifetime that this is out there will be millions of people. I just know
absolutely.
Yes. When we are dead and gone, our content will live on, Tim.
Let's not rush the dead and gone part.
I'm not rushing it, but I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways, is there any new upcoming things that our peeps should be aware of to look out for your services or products?
I am going to start offering something I used to offer was helping businesses with public relations in terms of getting in front of their local newspapers, their local media, TV, things like that. So that's something I'm going to start offering again in the near future. So feel free to reach out if you have an interest in anything like that. Like I said before, I'm also going to work on creating a course, probably will come out in the summer, on how to launch your own live stream show. So definitely reach out to me. I can put you on an email list. I'll send an email out when that's ready to go. Also, you could go to risewithlive.com/impact if you want to find out 5 ways to make massive impact with live video. Could do that as well. But most of all, I'm just happy to be here with y'all and with y'all, Dorothy.
With y'all, Tim.
Y'all fine Tim. Folks.
It's backwards on this camera. It's backwards.
Really?
Anyways, I loved all of that. And definitely, what is the best way for our viewers to connect with you, Tim?
Yeah, so I spend the most time on LinkedIn. So just search for me on LinkedIn, Tim Sohn, Sohn. Or my email address is tim@Sohn, Sohn, socialmediasolutions.com. Those are the two
And
best ways.
perfect. And all of that information is on the show notes for the show today. So I made sure
Awesome.
so that we could promote our amazing friend here.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for everybody that showed up today to watch the show, and for everybody on the replay.
Yes.
And Tim, thank you so much for being my guest today. Amazing guy. Definitely reach out to Tim for all your your streaming needs, any social media needs. Get a hold of Tim. And don't forget, this Friday, folks, we need to raise a substantial amount of money to help these cancer patients get the treatments they need. The what is that word? Treatments, but there was also another word. Not case studies. What are they called?
Clinical trials?
Clinical trials. Thank you.
Yes.
The clinical trials, the the money that goes towards that, the money that goes towards them if they need it for their medication. We need to help these cancer patients, and we need to eradicate cancer. And we need your help to do that, because we can't do it by ourselves. And yes, we did put a little bit of a high goal, but that's okay, because we always say go big or go home. And
Yes. That's what Dorothy says.
that's what I say. Yes, I go big or go home. And we are out to create another. We're up to 8,000 already, so we need another 42,000 to reach our goal of 50,000, so that we could definitely have more impact on the world. And that's what we're all about. Tim and I are both about impact and helping others, and the
100%.
only way we can do that is with your help. So even helping by just sharing the link, just sharing the show, just doing, if that's all you can do, then that's great. um and if you could donate money towards it, that's even better. But we appreciate you no matter where you're at, and whatever help that you could give us with that would be greatly appreciated. And with that, we will see you next Wednesday, same time, same channel. Have a good night, folks.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Dorothy.
Thank you.
Love.
Love.